Alright, hi guys. Tonight we're going to take a look at a review, actually, polynomial addition and subtraction. So we're going to start getting into the nitty-gritty of polynomials. And I just want to review real quick with these 9 problems, addition and subtraction of polynomials. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have A, B, and C here, but before we begin that, there's a couple things that I want to go over. So just to reiterate what like terms are, terms that have the same base and the same exponent. So 3x squared and 4x squared are like terms because the variable is an x, so the base is the same, and the exponent is 2. They have the same degree. The coefficient is what we add or subtract, so we don't have to worry that the coefficient isn't the same. So when we're combining like terms, the first thing we want to look for is look inside the parentheses and combine like terms in there if necessary. If not, move on to step 2. If you're doing addition, just drop the parentheses and combine like terms. That's it. And we'll do these 3 examples together. If you're doing subtraction, you need to distribute the subtraction sign first. And I believe examples C, D, E, F, and H all have, they're all subtractions, so we have to distribute that subtraction sign. And then finally, your final answer needs to be in standard form. And by standard form, it's decreasing degrees of polynomials. So what that means is the highest exponent is first and the lowest exponent is last. And basically that means that the constants are last. And usually we put them in alphabetical order. Sometimes it's not so easy to combine or to put it in standard form, but we'll take a look at that today. So let's start with letter A. Letter A is just addition, so we can just go ahead and drop those parentheses, and when we do that we just get 3x squared plus 2 plus 4x squared. So when we're combining like terms, 3x squared and 4x squared are like terms. That's 7x squared, and then just bring down the plus 2. That's it. Can't do anything else, so that is our final answer. And letter B, again, we can, it's addition, so we can just drop the parentheses. We don't have to distribute anything. So if you want to rewrite these and order them, or put them in like terms together, you can do that. But I'm just going to take 5p squared. Its like term is 2p squared. That gives us 7p squared. The minus 3, there's no other consonants. And the minus 3p cubed, there's no other terms that have a degree of 3 with a variable of p. So to put this in standard form, we would write it as negative 3p cubed plus 7p squared minus 3. So standard form again means that we have the decreasing degrees of polynomials. So highest degree first, or highest exponent first, then 2, and constants are always last. So go ahead and try letter C, which I think on our paper it says B again. And then you can go ahead and check your answers. I'm going to erase this, so for some reason it is not moving with my document, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's take a look at the second letter B. Okay, again, it's addition, so we can just go ahead and drop these parentheses, pretend like they're not there, and start combining like terms. So I have 5x cubed here and minus 4x cubed here. That's going to give me 1x cubed. I don't have any other terms with a degree of 2, so I'm just going to rewrite 2x squared. And I don't have any other terms with a degree of 1, so I'm just going to write 3x. And again, it's in standard form because our exponents are in descending order by degree. Okay, let's take a look at C, D, and E. Okay, for C, D, and E, as well as F and H, we have a little bit of a different situation because if you look here, we are subtracting this term. Here we're subtracting the entire term in parentheses, the entire expression 4x plus 3x cubed, and here we're subtracting. So what we need to do, if you remember, is just distribute that negative. And what we end up with nothing happens to the first set of parentheses, and that 3y becomes negative 3y squared. And we can go ahead and combine like terms. We have 10y minus 3y, y squared, so that gives us 7y squared plus 2y. Let's take a look at letter D. Letter D, we have two terms in the second set of parentheses in that expression. So we are going to take that negative or that minus and distribute it out to the 4x and to the 3x cubed. So again, that first term or expression is going to stay the same. And this is going to give us a negative 4x, and negative times positive 3x cubed is negative 3x cubed. And then we can go ahead and combine like terms. I have 8x cubed minus 3x cubed. That's going to give us 5x cubed. And then 2x minus 4x is going to give us minus 2x. And again, that's in standard form. So go ahead and try letter E, F, G, and H, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, you're back. So we're going to take a look at letter E. I'm going to go through it step by step, just in case you're not sure how I got the answer. So again, we're going to distribute that negative to those two terms. The first expression, 3a squared plus 1, does not change. Then we have minus 4, and a negative times a positive is a minus 2a squared. We take a look at our like terms. I have 3a squared minus 2a squared. That's going to give us a squared. We just subtract the coefficients. And then positive 1 minus 4 is going to give us a negative 3. So we have a squared minus 3. Let's jump over to letter F. Once again, we have to distribute that negative, that minus sign, so it gets distributed to every term in the second set of parentheses. So the first expression does not change. A negative negative is a plus 10k. Negative positive is a minus 7, and negative times negative 2k squared is 2k squared. Back to combining like terms. I have 8k plus 10k. That gives me 18k. Then I have a k squared plus 2k squared. That gives me 3k squared. And then a minus 6 and a minus 7 is minus 13. So to put that in standard form, the degree has to be decreasing. So 3k squared plus 18k minus 13. Constants are always last. Letter G can get a little confusing, so I'm going to use color again to hopefully make it not confusing. We don't have any subtraction signs. There's an addition sign here and an addition sign here, so we just have negative and positive terms. So first I'm going to look at the v squareds. I have negative 9v squared plus v squared minus v squared. These two cancel each other out. And what I end up with is negative 9v squared. Now I have I'm going to use terms with just plain old u. I have a negative 8u, and I believe that is it. So we're done with that one. Next term is negative 2uv plus 4uv is going to give me 2uv. And then finally we are just left with negative 2u squared. So again, we need to write this in standard form. So u comes before v, so it would be 2u squared minus 9v squared Then this term here has two variables, so we'll put those next. And finally, on the end is a negative or a minus 8u. And then letter H, I'm going to write the final answer for that. 7n squared plus 19n minus 6. So hopefully this jogged your memory from last year, but in terms of review for adding and subtracting polynomials, that's pretty much what we're going to get. So here are your multiple choice question and free response. In question number 1, combine like terms and then pick A, B, C, or D. Question number 2, write an expression for the perimeter in simplest form. And remember that perimeter is just the distance, this distance plus this distance plus this distance plus this. It's the distance around the outside of the figure. And then please write your final answer in standard form. Thank you and have a great night.